Good Monday morning, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Brad Penovich here. Get ready for a very soggy pattern here for the next couple of days, especially in the mountains and foothills. Some of it's going to be associated with the remnants of Fred, which we'll talk about, and two other tropical systems that we don't have to worry about. So a lot to talk about on this Monday. First things first, here's a view of the southeast. You can see we've got a lot going on here. We've got a stalled cold front to the north. We've got a little high pressure off the east coast, and we've got Tropical Storm Fred, which is actually right before landfall, probably the most organized it's been in quite some time. You could see the movement down there. Let me quickly zoom in on this and we'll kind of show you the center of it just south of Panama City. Now it's a little lopsided, which means a lot of the rain is on the east side, but it does have a lot of rain with it. You can see the tornado watch already in effect for parts of the Florida Panhandle into northern Georgia, from Tallahassee up towards Albany and then over there towards Panama City. Now, up in our area, we've already got some heavy downpours kind of indirectly associated with Fred, but really more because of this cold front. We've got this warm, humid air mass being pumped in here, and we've also got the flow around Fred. So the combination is ramping up moisture into the higher elevations of the Western Carolinas. So what we've seen today so far, even early this morning, are bands of showers that are what we call training. They're moving over the same area again and again. You can see we've already had some flood warnings in the southwestern part of North Carolina, the upstate of South Carolina, and I'm a little worried about this area over the next couple of days, from northeast Georgia into areas of the upstate and south of the Asheville area. That's going to be a focus for some really, really heavy rain over the next couple of days. So that's going to be a huge flash flood risk, I think, not only today, tomorrow, but maybe even into Wednesday. Potentially significant flooding in there. Anytime you get an upslope setup like this, I always worry about that potential for some really heavy rain. So we're going to have to watch that area very carefully over the next few days, just because that is just not a great setup for those areas. Now, let's talk about the track of the tropical systems. I'm going to turn them on real quickly here, just so they're all on. I'll turn on the cones. Come on, there we go. There we go. Geez, they wouldn't pop back on. Official forecast. There's the cones. So you can see there's our three systems. There's Fred. There's Grace, which is going to go well to the south and maybe miss the United States altogether. And then we have a new tropical system, Tropical Depression 8, but it's going to do a little curlicue around Bermuda and stay away from us. The key part about Fred is that moisture over the next couple of days is going to move up through Georgia and into the western part of North Carolina. I'll show you a different view of that. There's Fred a little bit closer up, and you can see that track again by 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Should be over eastern Tennessee. So the whole time that Fred is coming north like this, remember the flow around it is going like this. So that just pushes more moisture into the higher terrain of the Western Carolina. So potentially some significant rainfall. So let me quickly show you some of the outlooks for flash flooding. So this is the flash flood guidance. So green again is low. Yellow is medium and red is high. So you can see already today, a whole area under a low risk for flash flooding, but the mountains under that medium risk. Tomorrow, that threat goes to medium for the entire region. And you can see the area I was concerned about, this higher risk. This is for flash flooding right in there. That's an area that potentially could see significant flash flooding. And then day 3, you could see even on Wednesday, we expect a medium risk to low risk across most of the area. Real quickly, I'll show you the severe weather outlook. Same thing over the next 3 days. We'll do day number 1. Low to medium to our south. Day 2, nothing. Day 3, not much. So the severe weather threat is really going to pale in comparison to the flash flood threat, which is going to be over us for the next couple of days. So let's show you the future cast. All right, let's go with the future cast. You can see Fred down there, but look at all the rain already over our area. I'm going to go a little bit slow here. We'll go through today. I'm going to stop this mid to late afternoon around 5 o'clock. So you can see Fred still down there in the Florida Panhandle, but look at all the heavy rain bands setting up. And I think the models are probably underdoing this a little bit, but you get the idea. Waves of heavy downpours. It's not going to rain every minute all day, but you're going to see waves of heavy rain moving up into the Carolinas. So let me tilt this and we'll go into the future a little more. This is going into tonight, into tomorrow morning. So I'm going to stop this about 6, 7 in the morning. So Fred's over here between Alabama and Georgia, but look at all the heavy rain being pushed up into the mountains through tomorrow. Tuesday really looks to be the wettest day, at least the most widespread and the highest flood risk. But honestly, any day of the next 3 days, you can see the waves. The worst of this is going to be in eastern Tennessee and in the mountains, this area right here. So I'm talking to folks, the mountains, foothills, please be ready. There could be potentially some significant flooding. Talking landslides, mudslide kind of setup, and just these anchoring storms on the eastern facing slopes are always bad news. And you can see going all the way, we'll go all the way into Wednesday morning. The heavy rain bands are still there. And it looks like after Wednesday, things improve as the remnants of Fred move up. There's still some lingering showers and storms, but again, not a big issue. And the other storms will not be a big player from us. So let's talk about the amounts. So real quickly, I'm going to show you the forecast amounts. Let me move this over just a hair. We can go through time. This is over the next 72 hours or 3 days. So this is going to stop 72 hours. This will basically stop Thursday morning. So you can see the areas around the Piedmont, 1 to maybe 3 inches. But these areas right in here, I mean, those are some huge totals, folks. You're looking at some areas in the upstate, southwestern part of the state. You're up in this 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 inches of rain over the next, 72 hours. It's just three days, Let's look at a different view. This is the same thing over 168 hours. So it goes through the whole week, kind of shows you the same thing from the Weather Prediction Center. So potentially some significant moisture. And you can see the precipitable water, we call it. I'm going to show you what this looks like. You see all that moisture coming north, even though Fred's remnants are down here. This wraparound combined with the high off the East Coast and the stalled front and the mountains, just a horrible setup for heavy rain over the next couple of days. So get ready. This is going to be a soggy pattern here as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours, really through the middle of the week as Fred and its remnants move north along with all this tropical moisture combined with the lift. We've got the perfect setup for flash flooding. We're likely going to see flash flood watches issued at some point here for the mountains and the foothills. I'll have updates throughout the day and continue to post updates through the next couple of days. Stay weather aware for flash flooding.